May, and June, that would be an $8,000 check per person. This proposal is known as the Monthly Economic Crisis Support Act. It is not taxable, very similarly to the last stimulus plan. It is a tax credit or sort of an advance of your taxes. This proposal offers $2,000 for each person, $4,000 per couple, and $2,000 for each dependent, which means adult dependents like senior citizens or college students who are still claimed as dependents would receive $2,000 per person. Individuals filing would be limited to 3 deductions, but that means a couple with 2 children could see up to $10,000 per month in stimulus payments. And remember, that's retroactive back to March as well. Under this proposal, payments would continue for up to 3 months after the Department of Health and Human Services declares the health emergency over, which this is different from a national emergency. That might end sooner. Donald Trump might lift the national emergency, but this would continue as long as the Department of Health and Human Services declares that there is a health emergency, which presumably would be much longer. Now, this proposal does come with income limitations. The income limitations are $100,000 for a single person, which is a good chunk more than the limit for the $1,200 stimulus checks we saw, $150,000 for head of households, and $200,000 of combined income for married filing jointly couples. There is a 10% phase out, which just means for every $1,000 you make more above that, you would receive $100 less in your monthly payments. This proposal also includes a provision for non-resident aliens, which are basically people who are not citizens and not residents, but who file taxes. So if you have an ITIN number, you would also qualify under this plan. And this money should be released as soon as practically possible after such a proposal gets passed. Now, another problem that the original CARES Act had was that debt institutions, like basically payday advance companies or other debt collectors, were taking people's stimulus payments. And this proposal actually includes a prohibition that you are not allowed to basically have your money seized by debt collectors. In other words, even if you owe debt, you would receive this money and then it would be on to you to decide, do you want to use that to pay the debt or to support your family or whatever you want to do. There is no specific provision about child support in this proposal though. However, there is a provision that says no later than 15 days another letter would get sent out. So if you're looking for another letter from Donald Trump, you might get another letter from Donald Trump. Now, even though this is the first proposal that we have in the Senate, which is good, this means we actually have a dialogue now about additional stimulus payments in the Senate. What are the odds of something like this going through? Well, ultimately, it depends who you talk to, right? The Senate is controlled by Republicans, and there are a lot of Republicans that are being quoted, for example, by The Hill, saying things like, here's Senator Lindsey Graham, during a recent town hall, indicated he didn't want another round of stimulus